Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I am with 8 estate and letting agents from around the UK who are all on the LifeCycle system with the Iceberg product, which I see everybody talking about. I wanted to find out, what is it like? Is it a cult? Why is everyone talking about it? So I want to start with Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Tell me, what is LifeCycle? And tell me a little bit about your estate agency in literally one sentence, please.
Small boutique bespoke marketing for most of our sellers. We do lettings as well. LifeCycle, that's a big question. What is LifeCycle? It does a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're not allowed to use the word omni-platform.
I wouldn't have even if you asked me to.
Or the word solution. Come on. What is it in one or two sentences for you as an agent?
In a nutshell, for us, or for me personally, LifeCycle is, it's like having a spare member of staff to do all the bits of things you normally forget about doing.
So what sort of things do we forget doing?
Constant contact with people.
Okay.
Clients, yeah. So potential vendors, potential landlords, buyers. We have mailing lists that do buyer stuff. We don't have anything really that's automated for sellers.
Okay.
Well, we do now, obviously.
Okay. And what difference does it make to your business?
It makes all the difference to our business.
Okay.
We have contact with people that I've, in fairness, forgotten to speak to. And they ring and we're like, where have you been? And they've been reading our stuff. They've been looking at our blogs. They've been on our website. We've not even had to think about it.
Okay. Anyone else want to add to anything from Kelly? Put your hands up if you want to speak. Andrew.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what Kelly's just said. I think one of the beauties of LifeCycle is that you can create a blog, distribute it, Facebook, LinkedIn, email. You can be very niche to who you kind of send that out to, but you can also then see who is actually reading that as well. And you come across people and you think, oh, why are they reading that? That's really interesting. It gives you a reason to give them a call. It brings them to the forefront of your mind, and people that you would have forgotten about that you just completely dismissed and thought, oh, they're not moving anymore, or they're inactive now.
So basically what happens is, and again, I'm not being paid to say this, I am good friends with Rob Brady and Mark as well. But I just wanted to find out what everyone was talking about, because it is a bit like a cult, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like... Right, cult. That's CULT, by the way. Okay. It's like a community. It's like a community of agents. I just get this feeling. Why is that?
I think with any cult or community, you're all like-minded individuals that believe in a greater cause and understand something a bit different.
You left your agency to join Iceberg, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a client of Iceberg's, and then I decided I saw Mark's vision, I saw where we're going to go with it, and I saw what we were going to achieve. So I quit my job of 10 years, a successful estate agent.
Bloody good, mate.
Andrew and Damien will know my patch close to theirs. And yeah, I quit my job, and I've been driving 4 to 5 hour round trips every day to speak to other agents to understand the same thing.
Unbelievable. Andrew Dickinson, what does LifeCycle do for your agency? It's not cheap, is it? It's not cheap at all.
Well, it depends on what it's value for money, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
sounds like Rightmove. Go on.
Compared to Rightmove, it's a bargain.
Anything is.
So I've been in the business over 3 decades, and I think I've come through a lot of traditional estate agency, and over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, I've been working particularly with Mark and now with Rob, and it's revolutionised and will revolutionise our industry, I believe.
Okay.
Gone are the days where you're selling to people in the way that you were. You've got to build a relationship with people now. They've got to want to trust you. They've got to want to do business with you. And you can't do that with a few phone calls to people. So the nurture program works really, really well.
Okay, so Andy, would it be better? And this is Andy from Church and Horse. would it be best to describe is that everybody else is chucking your content out to try and nurture people, but this basically completes the circle. This would be my words, where if somebody's reading one of your stuff or reading a lot more of your stuff, it lets you know. Is that about right? So, talk to me.
Absolutely. From my perspective, again, I think I'm with everyone else here. That once you kind of get into Iceberg and get involved with Iceberg,
Excellent. And Lee O'Brien, what would you say?
Yeah, I think it's added that bit of a safety net to everything else that we do. So with the constant communication that goes out on top of the more traditional phone calls and things that we're doing in the agency, it allows that to go on in the background. And like you say, yes, it is expensive, but realistically, somebody's got to do that job, and that's picking up that sort of constant marketer role for us.
Okay, I mean, Laura, would you say that LifeCycle is almost like a business generation negotiator, but is computerized and quite clever and brings it back to you?
Yeah, it doesn't replace anything, but it does generate business. And I think the things that we're doing with LifeCycle, we couldn't do without it. Like you just can't, you don't have the manpower, you don't have the capability, you don't have the regularity of contacting people. So we're seeing people 18 months later coming back to us, or however long it is, and we see them go through our system. There is absolutely no way we could do it without the system.
Okay. Damien, what sort of content do you put out there? Because let's be honest, most estate agents, it's all about their marketing, it's all about them and how big they are and their market share. I assume that's the sort of stuff you're checking out, mate.
No, not at all. I think the market share, from our point of view, is a thing of the past. I think it's more about sending the right content to the right people. I think what's great about LifeCycle is it allows you to select your audience about exactly what you're going to send to them, and then you can create content based exactly around their needs. So if, for example, we do estate agency and letting agency. If you're looking for something that's specifically for landlords, let's say you want to send something out about a 3-month buy-to-let payment rate, you can immediately send bespoke content to them, not just blanketly to everyone. So I think that's one of the real joys of it.
Okay.
It automates the process.
Okay, what about the content production? Do you write that in-house or do you outsource it? Anyone put their hands up? Andrew,
I write in-house.
We do a mix of both. There's stuff that we write so we can react to things quite quickly on a daily basis, and we also outsource to others.
Kelly?
Yeah, we write in-house, and then Iceberg puts some content on every week, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's constant. Yeah.
And you, I mean, if you had a choice of dropping Rightmove or LifeCycle, what would it be?
Oh, big question, Rightmove.
Okay, and again, I'm being quite blunt now. If you had a choice between losing a member of staff and LifeCycle, what would it be?
Staff.
Absolutely fascinating stuff. What would you change about LifeCycle and make it quick, please? Put your hands up. Go on, Laura.
It would be a full CRM, so we wouldn't use anything else. We only want to use Iceberg.
And what would you say to any agent who is... Oh, sorry, Damon, go on.
I was going to say exactly the same thing as Laura. The only thing now that we want is for LifeCycle to cover everything so that we can get rid of the Libras and everybody else of this world and just be involved with one, and that's LifeCycle. And they treat us far better, engage with us more as well.
Yeah, 100%. I've not had any contact from anyone else during this time. The only people, and we use so many suppliers, the only people that have texted me repeatedly, and Kelly, and got in touch with us is Rob and Mark. All the time. How's it going? Are you all right? What can we do? What help do you need? No one else has done that.
Okay, guys. As I said, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for everyone for being on this call today. I've not been paid to do this video, but I wanted to find out what it's all about. I've obviously found out it is an estate agency cult, but at the end of the day, if you're saying to me that you'd rather drop Rightmove than probably a member of staff, there's got to be something. So go check these guys out, because a lot of my clients use these guys, and they just can't stop talking about it. So check them out. Thanks very much.